Welcome everybody to the second week of Tempest's Tuesday. And yet again, it's not Tuesday. But that's okay because I have lots and lots of exciting news. Firstly, I've added some textures to some of the things that we've added. For example, we have our block breaker. We have a bit of a chomper here. I don't like the fourth frame because it looks like something I did on MS Paint. I mean, who would use MS Paint? Am I right, guys? Anyway, it breaks blocks just as it did before, which is pretty awesome. The only thing I changed about it is that it actually has a texture this time. Then we have the poison emitter, which has a small animated texture right here. You can see how it's kind of animated, changing colors, and every time it emits a poison cloud, you'll see in a moment, it turns a greenish color. Like so. Moving on to the changes with the metal alchemy, I went through the crafting recipes last time, put an iron block in the middle, blaze rods all around the sides, and we get this model here. And again, I am using an animated texture, which you might find difficult to see there, so I'll just place this on the ground. And there we are, you can see that it's molten blaze rods is the effects that I'm trying to go for. Also, it has to be flush with the rest of the iron ore right here for it to work rather than above it. Okay, so you're probably wondering now, the new modules, what are they all about? Well, let's start with the growth aura. You surround a bunch of golden apples around a piece of dirt. So we go all the way around here. This one isn't textured, so it looks like a block breaker at the moment. But you put it next to a bunch of crops, and over time, about 30 seconds, it will actually grow 2 crops adjacent to it. Now, if the crop is already grown, then nothing will happen. So after a bunch of things have grown, then it could be 0 to 2 crops getting grown every time. If everything's fully grown, then nothing will happen. So let's stand here for a while and watch it take effect. As you can see there, we have grown the melon stems, but only one beetroot has grown on this side. And so all the conversions are going to be on the screen right now. Not much at the moment, but I'm planning more in the future. The next module is the sand sifter. We need pistons, iron shovels, iron spades, and golden spades and such. I'm going to remove these because they're getting annoying. Let's go over here. We're going to have an item that hasn't been finished yet in terms of texturing. And we'll put our iron spades in the corners. And we get a sand sifter. This sifts through the sand, and you can get rare items by doing this. So let's just create a giant stack up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be enough. And as you can see, it's sifting through the sand. Every now and then, we'll get a rare item. So I'm just going to clear my inventory so we can see. For the most part, we're getting sand, but here we have a glass bottle. That time we got rotten flesh. Sometimes you can get golden nuggets, gold ingots, and iron ingots as well. So they are pretty rare, but you can get them. And considering sand is pretty easy to get, I'd consider this to be quite balanced. Moving on to the next module, we have the block transformer. Crafting recipe is going to change. What you do, you have 4 coal surrounding 4 sea lanterns, and you get 4 block transformers. What you do here is you put them on top of a log, a piece of soul sand just for now, and prismarine. There are future conversions coming in the future. You just place them on top, like so. Oh, and there's also one for cobblestone, gets turned into obsidian. Now there is a bug with this at the moment, that's why I haven't released this yet. So over time I will try and fix that, but let's just watch what happens. And as you can see, those conversions have now happened. I still need to fix that soul sand though. I might just change that to netherrack, considering this crafting recipe is going to be fairly expensive anyway. So you can now turn blocks into other blocks using a bit of magic. Now, The reason why this code here is so huge is because I have added in my attribute gems. So here I have an attributor. Now this one actually has a GUI. I crafted this from last time I tried filming this. So if we grab just, for example, a healing potion and put it in, you can get steel skin or other bite. Now there's not just 2 items, there's actually thousands of items you can get from doing this. Let's just wait a little bit and see what we can get. And so it has now crafted a piece of other bite. Now because we put in a health potion, it's going to increase our health, but it's also going to decrease something else, either our speed or our attack damage. And if we increase the strength of this by adding more gold around the side, then it can actually decrease 2 things. So let's do the same thing, but this time we're going to surround it with gold. So here we've reduced our speed a lot. However, our maximum health is a lot higher than it was last time. If we surround the whole thing with gold, then the health will be increased dramatically, but there might be some strong defects that come with it as well. Okay, so we just crafted Aether Bite, which increases our health by almost 5, but decreases our damage by 3. If we were to put in something like a Strength Potion and surround that by gold, we would dramatically increase our strength when the item is in our offhand. So here we are, we get Daemon Flint. This is actually probably the worst item you can get, the Daemon Flint, but it can also be pretty good. So as you can see, it's decreased our health a lot, it's decreased our speed. However, we do get a slight increase of attack damage. I'd say this is a very unlucky item. Our attack damage could have been a lot higher, but this time we were just unlucky. So if we put this in our offhand, we get very slow. Good thing is though, there's more to this module. A lot more. We can capture spirits using our spirit infuser, crafted like so. We throw this on, and a spirit has now entered the Daemon Flint. So if we put this in our offhand, this is a bad spirit, we get blindness. Let's add another spirit to it. And if we put it in our offhand, we get a good spirit, we get invisibility, but there's also a bad spirit, blindness in there. Now, it's kind of hard to see what spirits are captured, so here we can craft a spirit reader by surrounding glass with glowstone. So if we go over here, place a glass inside, surround the thing by glowstone, then we get a spirit reader. Still need to texture this, but if we throw any gem on the ground, we can see exactly what it does. Green means a good effect, red means a bad effect. Let's just add one more spirit to this item. So we've captured another spirit. Let's see what the spirit reader says. It also gives us hunger to the player, so that is another bad spirit that's entered this thing. All in all, we've been pretty unlucky with this gem. So here are all the spirits that you can capture in total. They're all going to be in here: jump boost, water breathing, invisibility, luck, fire resistance, burning mobs, slowing mobs, immunity to arrows, weakening creepers, weakening mobs, and the bad spirits: hunger, levitation, blindness, unlock, slowness, faster mobs, charged creepers, poisonous spiders, fire, and no jumping. So what I mean by fire is if I put this in our offhand, since a bad spirit has entered, everything around us is on fire. And if we throw this down, because we have a spirit reader, we can read exactly what it does. Gives the player ability to burn all in path. So all in all, I have added more than 1 trillion items to the game. More than 1 trillion combinations of item. So you guys can play around with this. The world download with the resource pack will be in the description. You don't have to install them separately. Just load up the world and the resources will automatically be there. But for now, thanks everyone for watching. If you want to see more modules added to this, then I will put in more effort into this series if this video gets well received. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.